Israel's attack on Gaza continues after the summit has reached an agreement on a long-term rehabilitation fund. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called on the world leaders at the COP28 climate summit to a fossil-free future planning, saying that there is no other way to prevent global warming. COP28 President Sultan Ahmed al-Jaber, speaking the day after proposing to adopt the continuous use of fossil fuels, Guterres said, we cannot save a burning planet with a fire hose of fossil fuels. The 1.5-degree limit is possible if we stop burning all fossil fuels. Competing visions summarized difficulty of UN climate negotiations in United Arab Emirates. Producing oil, where divisions on fossil fuels and delay financing around war in Gaza and geopolitical tensions threaten to progress. Climate Disaster Fund. An agreement was reached on Thursday to create a lost and damaged fund to help them ventilate effects climate change by use fossil fuel by rich countries producing most cumulative emissions poor countries. Although such a fund has been sought for a long time by developing countries that will lose the most from climate change and call wealthy countries to provide help, only $700 million have been divided into the fund. A member summit from a developing country main advisory board resigned on Friday after hosts reports to try to make commercial agreements production of more oil and gas production. United Arab Emirates. In a letter resignation, Hilda Heine, former president of Low Climate Marshall Islands, weakens integrity police and process as a whole. He said, anger on the Gaza war. Some world leaders were listed on the podium on Friday to criticize Israel's Gaza ardment, and we made an unprocessed agreement to avoid politics at the UN climatic summits. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa said the Israeli official that the army complies with international law and intends to destroy Hamas. South Africa is horrified by the ongoing cruel tragedy in Gaza. The war against the Palestinian people is a war crime that must end now, he said. As we have seen in this region, the conflicts cause tremendous pain and intense feeling, Guterres said on Friday. To combat climate change together, we come together all over the world. And what are we really negotiating for? Hade Hadeel Ikhmais in Palestinian Authority Hadeel Ikhmais. Nay, what are we negotiating in the middle of a genocide? Israeli President Isaac Herzog was planned to make a speech on Friday. But after criticizing the heavy ardment of Israel's Colombian President Gustavo Petro's genocide and barbarism in the Palestinian people,